Down to.
We're here. We're live. Facebook, YouTube. We're bringing back Creator Talk. Our first guest is Anthony. How do you say your last name? Because I always butcher it. I know I do, and I feel horrible.
Christou. So Christou, yeah.
Christou. Am I getting that right, Christou?
Christou, yeah.
All right, so let's check it out. This is his Kickstarter, actually.
Hi, everyone. I'm Antony Christou, artist and creator, and I'm here to welcome you to my new book, Surreal Worlds of Oddities, The Art of Antony Christou. This is my second complete limited edition hardcover book of my best artwork from the last 10 years. My passion is fantasy art and surrealism, but I love other genres such as fairy tales, science fiction, and horror. This art book collects 10 years of my best paintings from prize-winning artwork, client projects, and personal art. I have 35 brand new paintings since 2017, and I also have 45 of my best paintings from the past 10 years. Only the best work has actually made the cut. Now, this art book is an A4, and it's also landscape format, which makes it really unique. Most art books are in the portrait format. I've done this to highlight my landscape work, and most of my epic artworks are actually in the landscape format. Don't worry, I've still got my portrait works, and they'll be in the book side by side on a landscape page. The great thing about this book is it's incredibly popular. The last book I did, I made 500 books, and in 9 months they sold out straight after the Kickstarter was finished. So what I've decided to do is raise the funding goal and go for 1,000 books. It's really important to me that we hit this goal because I really want to see more fans get my art book. I've had so many fans come up to me at conventions and say, I really want that art book, and it's sold out. So I need your support to try and get to this goal, and maybe even higher, to even unlock 2,000 books being printed, simply because I want my book to reach a larger audience and to get to you and other people and your friends. So come on board this journey. I really thank you for your support. I have amazing rewards in this project. I have commissions, and I also have a chance for you to get in the book. Every backer will be included in the back page in the special thanks section. And I also have for really high backers an honorary mentions section. And this will also be for past patrons and fans that have supported me so much on my artistic journey. I really want to thank you all for backing my project and looking at this. I hope to see you on Kickstarter or at a comic convention. Take care.
All right, so that's the beautiful artwork we got. We also have Anthony's Photoshop up here. Look at that, man. How do you come up with this stuff? Like, do you have themes, or is this just you like showing off and showing what you love?
I think I just get like ideas come to me, and I just start sketching out, and it just starts with a few marks. And I usually start with a strong idea in my head, like, I want a Pegasus or I want a Leviathan, and and I have some weird ideas come into my head. Sometimes I have some really strange dreams, and I think kind of like Salvador Dali, I kind of draw from dreams. I don't know, maybe it's a bit of divine intervention. If there's a maker up there, he's sending me some ideas too. But I'm just kind of expressing what's coming in my head, and it's these ideas generate out of nowhere. Sometimes I have too many ideas, and I'm just not. I mean, I'm reasonably a quick painter, but I have to write down a lot of my ideas because I might get 2 decent paintings done in a week, or maybe 1 a week. Sometimes it's 1 a month, like this environment work over here. These would take like 2-3 weeks. Just trying to find the one that I'm talking about. This one here is about a 3-week job, but I'm still adding to it. It's a bit hard to see, but it's a massive landscape, and that's going to be turned into an acrylic painting as well. So, yeah.
I think it's absolutely amazing. And you're also credited as being part of a couple comic books, right?
Yeah. So I've got my own comic book series, Luminous Ages, which has been running for 5 years. We finished the first graphic novel last year. That went really well. It's it is the highest funded fantasy comic in Australia, or graphic novel, should I say. And I'm now I'm working on one-shots of different types of, from the same universe, but like new heroes or mythological adventurers that are coming into the storyline. And I'm also working on a novel and an art Bible with it. I've also worked with Rob Richardson in Florida. He's up there in Florida, and we worked together on a kind of a graphic. Well, it was a graphic novel. I was a colorist on the Adventures of Lightning Rod, shonen double feature. I think it had like one story on one side, and the other side was Adventures of Lightning Rod. So I had like minotaurs and as villains, and And this hero that could basically bounce on this lightning rod and stuff, and was pretty quick. So kind of like the Flash, but a bit more, I suppose, edgy. And so I've done a few comics and done a few indie stuff, and really focusing now on my own sort of series. I am open for work with this coronavirus. So if people need a painter, if you need like a comic book artist, I can do the whole page for you. Obviously with this virus, I'm kind of taking on more freelance work because cons have disappeared in Australia as well for a while. So we don't know when they'll be back. So I think my June tour has been cancelled. July's been cancelled. Definitely, there's 2 shows in July I could have gone to have gone. And we had a solo show planned for Free Comic Book Day. I was going to do a big exhibition celebrating 10 years of work in Adelaide in the gallery. I got into this nice gallery, and it was going to be near the Free Comic Book Day opening. And so that's been all shut down due to this coronavirus. So which is quite unfortunate for everyone around the world, really. And it's not just not the fact that we're losing business, but obviously all the people that are being infected or passing away. It's quite sad and horrific. So we just soldier on from home. That's a good thing about being an artist. We can work from home, I suppose. So yeah.
We're going to get past this. We're going to see more from you coming in the future. Let me ask you a question. You keep calling yourself a painter. Why do you consider yourself a painter if you're using things like Photoshop? Because that's always an interesting technical answer that I do horribly explaining. You artists understand it better.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pull up some stuff now. I'll try and find the originals. But I actually also work with traditional media. So I'm a fine artist. I paint with acrylics. Now I'm just trying to find the originals, if I can see it here. And a lot of these are all painted with acrylic paint. I also paint in watercolors. So there's stuff like this, all done with acrylics. And I suppose I'm, have watercolors like this. So a lot of the times I'm painting from scratch with acrylics, then I take photos and I touch it up in, in Photoshop later. But I've got stuff like this. This is all done with acrylic paint. I got the arrow. So I did this because Stephen Amell came to a comic convention, and I'm a big fan of the Arrow series. So I did an original, which he loved, and he signed the. This isn't the signed version, but the signed version was sold to a collector in Australia. And I do paint traditionally. I'm not all digital. Probably 50-50, and it's out. I've sold about 15 grand's worth of original paintings, $15,000 Australian, so it'd be about 10,000 American of original last year. So that kind of helped me, because what I did kind of notice, even like the conventions were slowing down a little bit last year. I think the economy is kind of going to a bit of a stall, I think. So last year I noticed cons were dropping by about $500 a show or $1,000, and I said, well, what am I going to do? So I started painting originals. This one was a finalist in many awards, art awards in Australia. And it ended up selling. It was all done with acrylic, and it sold to a collector in Melbourne.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I've always loved your art. Of course, we know each other more through the comic book. Do you want to explain what the comic book is while we're here, so people are aware of what you create?
Yeah, for sure, man. So the comic book. Now, some of the pieces from the comic, the art, like the concept art, will be in this new art book as well. So we'll have a few, about 10 pieces. I'm just going to find the comic. I've got it here, Luminous Age graphic novel, JPEGs. There we go. So Luminous Ages. Myself, Antony Christou, and Rob Richardson, who I partner up with on this as well. He helped me with a bit of the colors. So Luminous Ages is like a fantasy series where I suppose it's a dream planet, and this planet was created well before Earth, probably maybe 10,000 years before Earth, and so they this is where dreams manifest into reality very, very fast. So wizards can use dream magic to craft things and monsters and bring it to life with just thinking or with drawing. So they draw something. Now I'm kind of ruining it. So a luminary draws things and brings things to life. Whereas a captivary will from a distance will draw someone and capture them on a page. And these are kind of like very ancient magics. And they've also teleported to Earth's reality as well in our history 6,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. And these heroes, what's happened is there's many cultures on this planet, and they've invaded our world and created our cultures and our belief systems and all that sort of stuff. So there's a crossover between Earth and this planet called Equatoria. And we start off with a hero called Thrakos, or Young Boy, who finds out he's got these powers. So this is the whole universe and world building. This page Rob painted, and it talks about how that world was created, or how the whole universe was really created. And then it starts off with this boy who discovers he's a captive. Well, he doesn't know he's a captivary or a luminary. He's not sure which one he is, but he knows he's a dream mage. And so he goes on this journey to kind of discover what is his power. His mum went missing. His mum saved the whole planet last time. They're not sure how or why, what she did. Here she is. This is Silver the Grey. So his mum saved the whole planet. She's gone missing. And so he's on a discovery to find his powers, find out where his mum's gone. And he goes on a journey with his mentor, a guy called Arturios. He's kind of like inspired by Sikh, like Indian mythology. He's kind of like a Sikh, which is, the Indian kind of mystic or warrior or warrior mage. And it's just lots of fun and adventure. Like he keeps on having these dreams that he's going to turn into this mutant, because he's basically just got his powers, and every dream wizard has to be baptized in these waters, these magical waters, so that they can control their powers. If they don't, they start to turn into nightmares or demons. So it's all about like nightmares and and dreams and visions and stuff like that. So there's a lot of subconscious stuff and conscious stuff going in there. It's filled with dragons. There's 13 dragon gods trying to control the dream plane, or 13 gods, and about 9 of them are dragons, and 4 of them are like shape-shifting gods or beast gods or wizard gods, huge kind of Zeus gods. It's inspired by multiple mythologies of the world, Greek to Sumerian to Egyptian to Persian to Chinese, Japanese legends. Really cool monsters in action. Like here, Arcturus is saving Thrakos' butt because it's being attacked by almost like a tiger with wings. So this is the style of art that's in the comic. It's very painterly, I suppose. When I say painterly, I have a very different style. It's not like you paint. Well, I do pencils, and I paint on top of the pencils, but I don't really have an inking stage. It's all illustrated. That's me there in the comic as well with my own cameo. But this is one of the fans who got a cameo in the comic as well. He wanted some weird mage glasses. So I think there might be another page of the cameo. Where is it? Go find it. But this gives you an idea of all the pages. Along the way, he meets a real Amazon. He meets a Zara Artemis, who's an Amazon from Crete. She got teleported. So what happened was, I'm kind of. Should I spoil it or not? Or just leave it? I'll just leave it. Huh?
Yeah, no, don't put spoilers out. Let them buy the book and enjoy it, because the art's worth it.
Yeah. The story,
fantastic.
The story's getting 5-star reviews on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon. If not, it's on my website. You can download it digital. Sold out of every graphic novel right now. There's no graphic novels left, and I don't know when we'll pin it. Maybe like when we do the next book will probably be an illustrated novel, so a novel with paintings in it. The continuation of this, simply because I can't keep up with comic book art. I write too fast, so I will still be doing one-shot comics for new heroes or new, I suppose, stories in my universe, kind of like the Marvel universe. And if something really goes crazy wild, gets really popular, even more popular than this has been really popular, but if something goes like crazy popular like Spider-Man, then we'll continue making that comic, and I'll invest money, and I can maybe even hire someone to help me. But right now, I'm just so busy with just doing art, really, commissions and my own art series. But I'm still working on an art Bible, which is the biggest thing, alongside the story. So a huge concept art book for the Luminous Age's world, which goes into all the monsters, all the creatures, all the environments, and it will have a narrative in it and a story, and it will almost be sequential. The narrative will be following kind of a story or a pattern, and it would be sort of a book that anyone could pick up and then learn about my universe before reading the comics or reading the novels. So, we're not giving up on comics. Don't worry, I'm still going to do comics in some way or form. But even my books, the illustrated novels, are going to have loads of pictures in them. Loads of like drawings and sketches. So it's just a different format I'm trying. concept art Bibles will definitely have a narrative story in there and a sequential story. So it won't just be art dumped all over the place. It will kind of make sense. Like if I talk about, I'll have a map and then I'll say we're at this world here, and this is where Thrakos is ventured to here, and this is where these monsters live, and this is where this type of creature lives. So it will make sense, and it's just a matter of time. I'm still getting over this book. This book took about 4 years to make. It's 133 pages. It's just myself and Rob, and there's only two of us. It's not like we had a letterer and a colorist and a penciler and an inker. It was just me and him. And he did a great job as well. He kept up with my style and quality of my art, which I'm really grateful for. But he's also trying to recover too. He's quite tired and exhausted from this event. But the success was there. I can't complain as an indie creator. But obviously we always need more success to keep on. There's enough to fund the time on this book, but not enough to go, okay, let's make a second book. If it made a bigger profit, I could have gone, all right, let's make this next book straight away. But it's just, at the end of the day, we all are restricted by time and money.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it all, So, but So, any other questions or?
Well, let's talk about some of these rewards over here. I wanted to just show people. You can talk as I scroll. I just wanted to show some people. That's the layout of the book. Very beautiful layout. There's some of the great art. And what I liked really, and I really wanted to show on the program today, was that your acrylic painting versus the digital painting. And just the fantasticness of your imagination by making all these hybrid, amazing characters. Talk to us about the inspiration behind this.
So the hybrid characters, I don't know, man. Like I kind of, get an idea. I suppose I like a lot of felines or tigers and stuff like that. So I kind of said to myself, I want to make a tiger that goes in the water as well. He kind of can swim and stuff like that, and swim underwater longer. What if like there was a amphibious tiger that could stay underwater for ages? Most of the time, I'm kind of just when I'm coming up with ideas, I'm really sketching multiple ideas, and then one will really stick with me, and I just paint that. It's not like, it's really hard to explain how the idea comes about. It's just I think science might explain it one day, but I just kind of think, how could I make a cooler tiger, or how could I make a tiger that's more fun? Even though tigers are awesome creatures already, how can we make it more epic? So all the milestones have been unlocked. We are funded. As you can see, we've got to fix up that graphic. So we have unlocked all that. I'll replace that graphic today. And we are unlocking stretch goals. The first stretch goal is to do foil printing at 9,750. And then the next one is to get a bookmark, like an actual cloth bookmark. Then we're going to have an exclusive printed bookmark, and then a special print of a movie that I worked on. So print from concept art on a feature film that I'm working with a producer here in Australia, who's actually won a lot of awards in LA. So Brian Vaughan is a wicked guy. He basically has helped bring a lot of movies to life and a lot of things in Australia, but he's actually got his own stuff that he's doing, and helped a lot of even comic book creators, even helping an American guy, I can't remember his name, who's writing a big horror series. He's actually helped him to pitch it as a feature film too. So he's a very generous guy, very awesome creator to work with. So I'm very blessed to work with him too. So I am working on about 2 or 3 feature films coming up, but it all depends on Cannes Film Festival when that gets postponed to. Again, this virus is affecting everything, but we're definitely working on a bunch of movies, and I'm his main man, and he likes working with me. So, it's just been an honor to help him out and bring his vision to life as well. So, a bunch of cool horror projects coming. So, it's like, I kind of fit my own projects in with my client work, and it's getting busier with client work, and I love working with clients. And I only work with people that I really, really want to work with. If someone's a douche or someone's hard to work with, I'll, say, look, I'm really busy, or finish up the project and move on to the next kind of client. But I've been really blessed the last 6 years. Haven't really had any horrible clients. Probably, I get that right. Probably 5 years. I haven't had anyone bad since 2015 or 14. So I've really focused on really good people, and I suppose it's like law of attraction. You focus on what you get, you know. So
how much more time do we have left on this Kickstarter?
there's about 9 days, I think, my friend. 9 days left.
Are you doing the extension? Are you going to add the
I
second?
applied for the extension already. Yeah, that was the extension. Yeah. So I
Very
thought with the situation, I thought let's go for the extension.
yeah.
And also gives my fans a bit of time in Australia. I'm hoping the next week things calm down or the numbers start to drop with the virus, and maybe consumer confidence will increase.
Yeah.
But then again, it could decrease, you know. So, but I've got a few other friends that might promote me, and creators that I know of that might want to promote me. I'm open to, if you're a creator of any comic and you want some cross promotion, I can put you in my update and help, you know, promote your project if you promote mine, kind of thing. So I've been backing quite a lot of Kickstarters as well, because I think the community needs support. It's not, I don't just support friends. If I see something I like, I back it. You know, I'm that type of guy. I think I've backed quite a lot of Kickstarters, and you know, I think I've gotten that many packages in the last year. My friends are like, "Man, where are you getting all this stuff from?" And I'm like, "Kickstarter," you know. So it's
Kickstarter's a better distributor than Diamond now.
Really? Oh,
well,
wow.
You didn't hear Diamond stopped working today. They just stopped accepting, and they're not going to be continuing for now. They're shutting down as of now because of the virus, of course. They're not going out of business, but it's still going to halt a lot of the comic book industry, which is going to rely more on Kickstarter now, which, by the way, you've done 10 successful Kickstarters that you have all produced and actually delivered on. So the risks here, I would say, are mitigatedly low.
Yeah, well, I definitely talked with my printer, and the printer, they've actually said that there's no problem with delivering the book. If there's any delay at all, it would be because I want to put more art in the book. So the whole art book is done.
How many pages are we at right now?
Sorry?
How many pages are we at right now?
It's at 80 pages, 80-page book, but it may be a case of if the future film that I'm working on starts in early May, like let's say Brian Vaughan goes, all right, we've got the funding, get some paintings out. If there's a sick painting and I want to put it in and he approves it, it may go to print late May and then it'll be out by June, which we said June, but if it takes longer to ship, it might be early July. But I'm hoping to put some really amazing film feature art, concept art in there. So that's the only delay, and it's because I want to put more awesome stuff. And I'm very transparent. I say to fans, hey, look, I got this new painting that's come along. It's a feature film. I really wanted to go in because I'm not going to make another book like this probably for 5 years with all my art, you know, with client work, with award-winning pieces, with stuff from my comic book series. The next book is a Luminous Ages book, totally fantasy. But this is the book where it includes all genres, you know, and, you know, it's a very rare book. And like I said, the last book sold out within 9 months. That's why we're going for 1,000 print run. And maybe we might reprint it as a hardcover again if we need to sell more copies at conventions, but it won't have foil printing. It won't have the credits in the back. It won't have all the extra features that we're doing on the Kickstarter. It won't have the cloth bookmark. It won't have any special prints or bookmarks. It'll just be a boring hardcover book. It'll be like this. This is the prototype without the foil printing. So we have that. It won't even have this cloth at the bottom, but it'll be a basic book if I have to reprint it. Whereas the proper book, the one that's going to be worth more, is going to have foil printing. It's going to have everyone's name in the back. That backed it, you know, back here. It'll have foil on the back and the front, and it'll have a cloth bookmark as soon as we hit that goal.
Everyone wants to go out to get a Kickstarter now to get this extreme limited, because it's going to be a limited edition foil book, right?
That's it. Yeah.
You got to get there now. Tell them where they can follow you on social media.
I'm on Instagram at Christou Art, so ACHRISTOU Art. Facebook Christou Art as well, and I'm on Twitter as Christou Art as well. I can drop those links if you like into the chat. Would that work, or live comments? Would you like that?
Do either one and hand them to me, so when we put it in the messenger, so I can put it in when we put this on indieadvocates.com.
Yeah, no worries. So.
Well, thank you for being on the show today.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
We'll have you back. This is, of course, Creator Talk, where we talk to creators about their ongoing projects. We're going to feature this a lot. Please back this project, even if it's just for $1 to show people you support this amazing artist, and get out there and talk about it and share great creators like this, because let's be honest, right now, together as a community, we need to rise up. So support a great artist, and we'll see you guys on the next edition of Creator Talk with, I'm sure, another fantastic guest. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Rob. Cheers.